Oh, you already know. The tables was going to turn sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be all kind of race wars out there in England as far as this boxing stuff's concerned. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, this is the excuse to have the division between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. It's plain and simple. It's clear to see, as bright as day. You know what I mean? The man Anthony Joshua was on his Twitter yesterday after over the weekend. He was in his hometown of Watford over there in the United Kingdom, and he was basically out there with the protesters. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Participating in a rally for Black Lives Matter over there in England. Yeah. So Anthony Joshua got a lot of backlash for being out there with the people, with the young black people of England, to condemn all the police brutality, the racism. And as a matter of fact, he emphasized mostly on the African and the Caribbean population over there in England. You know what I mean? Anybody and everybody who knows, or those in the know, that most of the black people in England, they come from either the Caribbean, they have descendants of from either the Caribbean or Africa. You know what I mean? Just like Anthony Joshua, he has Nigerian heritage. You know what I'm saying? You check it. So Anthony Joshua went on his Twitter after all the backlash, and this is what he said. I'm gonna read it with y'all verbatim. Y'all could see. He said, "Quote: If you think I'm a racist, go f yourself. If you watch the full video, the speech was passed around for someone to read, and I took the lead. I personally spoke from the heart about the Watford community." Ideas of us personally investing seven figures to create unity and opportunities and adding change to the African Caribbean community. Shops aren't the issue here. Before you talk shit, you better boycott racism. I said what I said, and I will act to make change. End quote. I like those words from Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? Anthony Joshua's man trying to put these people, these white nationalists, these racists, these people who are upset with all the protests and the rallies that have been going on worldwide over the atrocity that happened to George Floyd. Yeah, the man Joshua told y'all, go F yourself. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Let's see what these people are really mad about. And we got plenty to talk about, man. Don't get it twisted, baby boy. B Marsh Boxing. We're going to play the video of what these people try to misconstrue. They try to take misconstrue his words, twist them around to fit their own narrative. You know what I mean? They trying to make it really about, oh, he's talking about people just shopping for, going to support their own and shopping, just black people shop with black people. That's not what it's really all about. They try to misconstrue his words. You know what I mean? To fit their narrative when it's a bigger issue than about shopping and where you shop. And mind you, he mentioned other people should shop within their people, and it makes their community stronger as well. Let's play this quick quote right quick.
We are the vaccine. We are the vaccine. So that was a few words from my friend Reese, who couldn't make it here today. So thank you for listening. But I hope you can all take something away from today, whether it's individually or community-wise. So these are my own words. I didn't really plan anything. I'm not really into the public speaking stuff, unless it's like a question and answer type of thing. So the reason why I haven't gone to like Hyde Park or mindset is
All right, that's one video.
we are the vaccine. We are the vaccine. So that was a few words from my friend
Absolutely,
Reese, who
man.
couldn't make
Anthony
it here today. So
Joshua's in the
thank you
hot
for
seat. They trying to make it look like Anthony Joshua's a racist. Ooh. You see, these people, they out of order, they out of control. And they need to be G-checked ASAP. And that's why B Marsh Boxing is here to put my foot on their neck and put them in position of realizing that they out of order. You know? Really and truly, the man Anthony Joshua is out there to protest with the people. They mad about that. Now they're talking about he's biting the hand that feeds him when he's talking about going black people supporting their own and stuff like that. They talking about biting the hands that feed him. And guess who they talking about? Yeah, people like Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? They saying Anthony Joshua. I'm sorry, Eddie Hearn is the man that feeds him. You know what I mean? That's how they not. That's how racial they getting with this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look at the type of memes they putting up on Twitter. You check it. These white nationalists when they say Anthony Joshua only buy from black-owned shops, and then this is what a meme somebody puts up. What's on sale at black owned shops? You see how they disrespecting this lady who's working hard to sell her pears right there? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like pears are not a who doesn't like pears? You know what I'm saying? Somebody this person who's put this tweet out and it always be these type of clowns. Somebody by the name of whatever the fuck his name is. It always be these type of people who follow 1,000 people and they have nobody following them. You know what I'm saying? Look at their account. I mean, following 13 people and only four people following them. It'd be always those people who be out there saying the most egregious shit on these YouTube streets and on social media. You know what I mean? Did I play this one already? Let me see if I played this one.
Onwards, be proud.
Alrighty, we're gonna play what the man
Onwards,
Anthony
be proud.
Joshua
We can
said
no longer sit back.
that got these people riled up. You know what I mean? These people out of order, man.
Remain
And they
silent
gonna
on
get
the
their
senseless,
judgment.
unlawful killings, sly rape killings, sly.
Play the damn tape.
Onwards, be proud. We can no longer sit back and remain silent on the senseless, unlawful killings, sly racism of another human being based only on what? Their skin color. We need to speak out in peaceful demonstrations, just like today. So well done, Watford. Inject the vaccine. We must not use a demonstration for selfish motives and turn it into rioting and looting. We need to be united in non-violent demonstrations. Show them where it hurts. Abstain from spending your money in their shops and in economies and invest in black-owned businesses. And that's for all communities. If you want to uplift yourself, invest in your own businesses. We have to engage with the youth. I completely agree with that. And put an end to black youth gang culture. I'm going to be real with you about gang culture. I'm down to riot 100%. But we have to realize it's done. It is done, trust me. Unless you want to be sitting in jail, spending years upon years of your only life that you have, thinking about, yeah, they can lock the locks, but they can't stop the clocks. That's all done because there's too much cameras, too much intelligence. All the OGs that I know are telling me, bro, it's finished. It's finished. Gang life is finished. And that's what we're saying. I know that I'm not promoting no gangster business. I'm a legit, straightforward hustler. That's just in my DNA and in my blood. But I know I've taken my street knowledge and put it into the corporate world, and I've gained a lot of respect in that sense. So anyway, gang culture is done. So where was I? We have to engage with the youth and put an end to black youth gang culture. This postcode war. How many houses do we own on that postcode that we're fighting for? Let's inject the vaccine. Every life matters. 100% I agree with that. But that does include black lives, and that's why we're here today. George Floyd, we're all aware of his name, was the catalyst in a list that is already way, way, way too long. But ask yourself a question. How does the looting for the latest flat screen TV help him or his family? How does burning down shops and taking another life stop the virus from spreading? And remember, the virus we're talking about is racism.
Alrighty, y'all get the point right there, right? You heard him be all inclusive, talking about even other nationalities should go shop within their community, and it strengthens their community. Yeah, but these people got a problem with that. You know what I mean? They got a problem with that. Why? Why the man is out there preaching equality and people being together, and also shopping within your own community. But they trying to flip the narrative, you know what I'm saying, to misconstrue his words, you know what I mean? And it's crazy to me because a man like Anthony Joshua, you know, now they're trying to say, look, Anthony Joshua, he wasn't saying all this type of stuff when he went over there to Saudi Arabia to fight the man Andy Ruiz in a country like you know, in a country like Saudi Arabia, which has bad human rights policies. You know what I mean? These people treat other nationalities and even kind of and enslave Africans. You know, they treat them like second class citizens. So they're saying, "Oh, where was Anthony Joshua when it came to that? Why didn't he boycott Saudi Arabia?" Well, where were you fans? You Anthony Joshua supporters, because it's the Anthony Joshua supporters who are turning on him. People like me and who aren't big Anthony Joshua fans. You know what I'm saying? We applaud the man Anthony Joshua for at least stepping up to take and speak his mind on this Black Lives Matter thing. You know what I'm saying? And on George Floyd being killed on social media. That shit was on social media. Yeah, but these people have a problem with Anthony Joshua, these white nationalists, these racists, and these racists make YouTube videos too, boxing videos. Do not get it twisted. They masquerade like they all for boxing, right? Yeah, but when man like Dante's Boxing Nation got his channel hacked, people out here celebrating. You know what I mean? These people, they made videos happy that the man Dante's Boxing Nation got shut down. Well, Dante's Boxing Nation ain't never go nowhere. He's back and he's still making his boxing videos. So them videos those people made are null and void, and it didn't come from a genuine place. It came from the black man's doing this damn thing on these YouTube streets, more popular than my channel, and I'm hating. I'm jealous. I'm in my feelings. I'm glad he's gone. But your video should be null and void because Dante ain't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And speaking of these channels that make boxing videos, there's a lot of black channels out here who align themselves with the racist channels that hate on American channels. Because let's be real, the channels that support Anthony Joshua in particular, they hate African American fighters, African American culture. They just hate on America, period. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. The type of people who like Anthony Joshua, these type of channels, they like the Triple G's. They like the Lomachenkos. They like any and everybody. They like now Terrence Crawford too, just because they want to say Errol Spence is ducking Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? They don't like the Shakur Stevensons. You know what I mean? You check it. They don't like these type of fighters, right? The Charlos, Adrian Broners, nah. If you like Anthony Joshua, you automatically can't like the Floyd Mayweathers, Andre Ward, successful black fighters, Rigondeaux. You should have seen the type of visceral and hatred Rigondeaux gets on these YouTube streets. You would have thought Guillermo Rigondeaux knocked out Hitler, Mussolini, motherfucking Donald Trump all in one night, and the racists are pissed. You would have thought that would be the case. Nah, he's just a little 118, 122 pound fighter. You know what I mean? Yeah, but they was real threatened by a man like Guillermo Rigondeaux. We know why. Yeah, we know why. So my point is, these channels that align themselves with these Anthony Joshua supporters will align themselves with the racists. Look at you now. It's about to be a serious division out here, Playboy. And this is only the beginning of it. You know what I mean? In England, them people who try to front like they Anthony Joshua fans, I've seen it all on Twitter, on these internet. They talking about, no need of even worrying about filling Wembley Stadium again, because there's a hashtag boycott Joshua's fights because of what this man said. You know what I mean? Yeah, but them channels that align themselves with the racists, look at you now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these people are now showing you their true colors. They only was aligning with Anthony Joshua only up the strength that it's to go against Deontay Wilder, because that was the biggest fight to be made in boxing. Deontay Wilder versus AJ. Both of them fucked up their money. They both lost. You know what I'm saying? The fight could still happen. This could still have a big, could still be a massive event on the for the boxing world. You know what I mean? And also to capture the casual's imagination about the fight. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, yeah, that's the only reason they aligned themselves with Anthony Joshua, right? Yeah. Now when it comes to AJ and Tyson Fury, these people already set their flag down, man. They put their flag down and they already drew the line in the sand. You know what I mean? Yeah. We ain't fucking with AJ no more because he said let's only black people should only invest or buy in black shops. That's what they try to flip the narrative to misconstrue his words. You know what I'm saying? That's what they try to do to make it that's the reason why they not fuck with Anthony Joshua no more. See them type of people, man. Y'all can't come to B Mars channel with a clean heart or a dirty heart because I could see through y'all. You know what I mean? I can't even mess with people like that. When you come to my channel, when you talking about everything else besides boxing, yeah, I'm gonna flame your ass up, and I don't even gotta block you. I'm gonna keep continuing flaming you up. What the deal, big Mr. Doc in the chat? What's going on, my man? Mr. Doc, man, he's in the chat. He says, "Big up, B Marsh. How you doing? Hope you're doing good and staying safe out there, bro. Absolutely, man. I just came home from running my errands, handling some business. I love Mondays. That's my favorite day of the week. I'm a businessman, and you know, people who run their own business, they look forward to Mondays. People who gotta work for the man, they hate Mondays. They hate going to work on the Mondays because they gotta go work for their employer, and you know what I'm saying? But me personally, I've always loved Mondays. You know, it's a brand new start of the week. It's a week to get it popping. You know what I mean? You got 7 days in the week. You know what I mean? And none other better than Mondays. You check it. So Anthony Joshua, man, them fans that it's gonna be a division. May the race wars between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua have begun starting this past weekend, just because of the man Anthony Joshua going out there to protest with his people in Watford in the UK for the Black Lives Matter campaign. You know what I mean? In response for the George Floyd being murdered and executed in on social media. You know what I'm saying? That's why the world is outraged. You know what I mean? And people fed up. You check it. Yeah, they saying Anthony Joshua. They going on Twitter and they talking about boycott Anthony Joshua's fights. That's why Anthony Joshua, I'm sure he's been seeing these tweets. He got to put his phone on silent, and because his Instagram and his tweets, I bet you they going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I bet you they going crazy right about now. You know what I mean? I bet you his phone blowing up because yeah, people they mad, they in their feelings. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to even find some what these people are really talking about, man, when it came to this tweet because the world's going berserk just because the man is out there protesting for equality. But they try to misconstrue his words to fit their narrative, and that's disgusting, man. But what am I? Am I shocked? Hell no. Am I surprised? Not at all. Not one bit. Because these fans who so-called claim they were Anthony Joshua fans, they already shown their true colors. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. They shown their true colors. They shown their true colors because now they trying to make it like because of what Joshua said, they can't mess with him. You know what I mean? But like I said, now they bringing up why did Anthony Joshua go to fight there when he won that motherfucking belt? He won his 3 belts back from Andy Ruiz. Y'all wasn't taught. You guys were happy. You were cheering. You know. They said they even made videos out here talking about it's like June 1st, 2019, when Joshua got his ass handed to him by Andy Ruiz in Madison Square Garden. It's like they said it's like June 1st didn't even happen. You know what I'm saying? That's how in denial people were. You know what I mean? But they didn't condemn Joshua for going out there. Guess who did though? B Marsh Boxing was on these YouTube streets. I made videos. I got the receipts, Playboy. Go back on my channel. Check them out. All November and October of last year. Yeah. I said, yo, man, I don't know about this fight in Saudi Arabia, man. Saudi Arabia got bad human rights policies. They enslave people till this day. They treat their women poorly and terribly in public. They can't even show their face. You know what I'm saying? You check it amongst all kind of other atrocities that happen over there in Saudi Arabia. I wasn't with the fight going over there one bit. Absolutely not. I was here on these YouTube streets talking about it. But where were these Anthony Joshua fans who said, man, let him go fight there, man. He's getting paid, man. All kind of stuff. Yeah. You see? Y'all people some clowns. Y'all people some big hypocrites. They calling AJ the hypocrite. Now they even talking about Hugo Boss. Yeah, they said you're gonna give Hugo Boss back all that money they endorsed in you because AJ be rocking Hugo Boss and shit like the Klitschko's. And they try to point out that Hugo Boss, they supplied the Nazi Germany with with their army clothes. They made their army clothes. Yeah, where were you guys saying all this stuff when Anthony Joshua was coming into the ring with his big Hugo Boss and Under Armour robe? You guys weren't condemning him then. So why are you bringing this type of shit up now? You know what I mean? You see, these white nationalists, these people out here who just have no objectivity and just they don't see the big picture. These people are the real scum of the earth, you know what I mean? And Anthony Joshua with his walking out there with his messed up knee, I don't even care about what happened to his knee. He ain't fighting no time soon anyways. That shit don't got nothing to do with me. I'm not concerned. I ain't making no videos about that. Guess what I'm gonna make this video about? These racists out here. I'm here to combat all the racism in boxing because, you know, it's going to be a serious race war out there now. Everybody who's hating on Anthony Joshua, punctuating it with Tyson Fury's going to whoop your ass. Yeah. You've been waiting for the opportunity to jump on that bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let Tyson Fury come out here and start bashing people or talking about the anything that they don't like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see how quickly they turn on him. And then they going to have nobody to root for. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure right about now they would have loved to trade Anthony Joshua to the PBC. You know who they hate. The PBC. Yeah. Yeah, they want to ship the man over to the PBC. They probably want to say he's part of them now. He's part of the Charlos, the Adrian Broner's, the Floyd Mayweather's, the Tank Davises, all the usual suspects, right? Yeah, go ahead and trade him. Trade him. Do what y'all feel, man. But at the end of the day, y'all showing your true colors on these YouTube streets and on these social media. Social media people gonna reveal who they really are. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it be having anonymous faces on their profile flick. You know what I mean? You check it, and like I said, it always be somebody who's following 2,000 people and has one person following them that always says the most egregious shit. What the deal, Mike 104? Mike 104 in the chat. He says AJ fans feel betrayed by Joshua when they ready to betray him at the drop of a hat. Absolutely, and that's what they're doing now. Yo, they they ready to drop him at the drop of the hat because they're trying to misconstrue his words. They're calling him a racist. You know, from what I know, racism is systematic. You know what I'm saying? Black people, they can't be racist because they not out here, um, you know, racial profiling, pulling white people over in their vehicles just because they driving a nice vehicle. They're not denying them jobs or keeping them stagnant like the ceiling. They've already reached a peak of how far they can go in a particular corporate America type business. That's racism. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? How's the man Anthony Joshua racist? You know what I mean? Now they talking about he's biting the hand that feeds him. He's buying the hand that feeds him, and he should give out all the money to these white sponsors who, who endorsed the man Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? You guys are fucking clowns. You know what I mean? Got to big up the man Anthony Joshua for even look. And this is real talk. If Anthony Joshua, if you are endorsed by these companies who will drop you or who have a problem with you standing up for people, for equality and justice for all, especially for minorities, black people who have gone through the most atrocities on planet Earth since white supremacy started. And white supremacy has not been around like ever since the globe started. No. Yeah. Just in the 18th century, 17th century. You know what I'm saying? There was kings and queens in Africa, you know what I'm saying, who had beautiful kingdoms and influenced the world from the Greeks and the Romans. You check it. From the Moors who were colonizing Spain and Portugal and parts of Europe, Western Europe, you know what I'm saying? So white supremacy wasn't always out here like this, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta, it's like this. If Anthony Joshua will be chastised by these companies that he endorses for speaking on his Black Lives Matter thing, then Anthony Joshua should do the right thing and he should speak up against them and he should denounce them. You know what I'm saying? He probably won't, but that should be the case. But look, because if he knows anything about Hugo Boss, then he shouldn't get down with their program. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Anthony Joshua, man, Anthony Joshua, who would have thought that these people would be in their feelings about Anthony Joshua? And now they're calling him a black supremacist. You know what I'm saying? They're saying that he told black people to boycott white owned businesses and that he's racist. Can't make this stuff up, man. Uh, where we at in the chat? Mike 104 says any racist want to jump ship back to AJ, gonna walk the plank. Yup. Mr. Doc says, is it just me or has racism gotten worse under social media? There were still problems, but in the 90s, for example, felt a lot of progress had been made. Well, you know, Mr. Doc, with social media, and that's why the whole world has seen this atrocity that happened to George Floyd, excuse me. Social media these days, unfortunately and fortunately, it has its pros and cons, just like everything else that it might be beneficial to a certain extent. Social media actually reveals people's true feelings also too, you know what I mean? Yes, there are people out here pump faking who faking the funk, you know what I mean? Who will do anything and say anything. You know, black channels as well who will pander and for the white audience. I've seen it with my own eyes on these YouTube streets, you know what I mean? Who pandered for the white fighters and the white audience so they can gain support from them. You know what I'm saying? And especially by dissing other black channels. And that's just from the boxing perspective. It happens in all other perspectives too, as far as politics, as far as anything else. Even look at the Kaepernick situation, you know what I mean? The kneeling down NFL stuff. The racists will come out here and they will speak their mind. But when you probably work side by side with them at your job, but at work they never open their mouth. They never show their true colors. But when they come in this social media thing, which is also powerful, and and there's pros and cons to that. The pros are if you have a correct message and you're actually not out here pump faking, then you could actually have a good cause for your message. But you could also it also could be a place where you can get white nationalists, racists, and just people who are against anything on some KKK type stuff. You know them type of people, and they could band together and get together and form their own community on these social media platforms, from Instagram, Reddit, everything to Twitter to you, everything. You know what I mean? So I understand what you're saying, Mr. Doc. As far as in the 90s, things might have been more progressive. They probably might have been, you know. But at the end of the day, now with the social media, people are probably showing their true colors. Maybe people back in the 90s, yeah, they were holding them feelings inside of them. You know what I mean? All right, where we at? What rep it? What the deal? What rep it? He's in the chat. Says Joshua about to get more sponsors because Black Lives Matter is looking trendy with these new corporate types in the U.S. In the U.S. Um, I gotta understand that Joshua's about to get more sponsors because Black Lives Matter is looking trendy. I'm not sure what you mean by looking trendy with these new corporate types in the U.S. You gotta explain that a little better. What rep it? Mike 104 is in the chat. He says, I would say that social media pushed the extremes in every direction. Absolutely. That's a fact. It pushed the extremes in every direction. You know what I mean? You know, really and truly, before this YouTube boxing shit, we only had forums to talk boxing. Now we can talk boxing with people, conversations back to back. And that's a plus. And Mike 104 says, I would say that social media pushed the extremes in every direction. And that's an extreme in the positive direction. You know, there ain't too many people in real life I could really talk boxing with on some hardcore shit. We could even talk about the Salvador Sanchez versus Danny Lil Red Lopez. A lot of people I watch boxing with don't even know who the hell those two guys are. But I could come here on YouTube, on social media, and I could talk with people like minds I like, and we could talk about um, Salvador Sanchez or Eusebio Pedroza. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth, you know? But if we want to talk about David Duke or white nationalists in the 90s, racist motherfucker, I probably don't have nobody to talk about him in real life. But guess what? I'm sure there's people on the internet you can come talk with and have conversations with and talk back and forth and have a back and forth dialogue. And that's what social media is all about. You know what I mean? You check it. So, yeah, man, this shit is crazy, man. But you know what? Like I said, gotta commend Anthony Joshua for coming out and saying what he said out there. If it means his brands, he's gonna lose branding and not um, be a spokesman like he is, like be a brand endorser, then those companies shouldn't be for him. And this cause, you know what I mean? If he wants to be quiet and not speak about anything, then he should go right along with them. But brands like Hugo Boss, like I said, they wasn't talking about him endorsing a company that used to make Nazi Germany army clothes, Hugo Boss. But now all of a sudden, yeah, they bringing that up. They bringing it up. They bringing up Saudi Arabia. Why'd he go fight out there with their bad human rights policies out there? Yeah, but when he won, y'all motherfuckers was cheering for him. You know what I mean? Y'all was talking about it's like June 1st ain't even happened. The moral of this video is all them channels out there that aligned themselves with Anthony Joshua, supported Anthony Joshua just to align yourselves with the racists that hate on the Americans. Yeah, they hate on the black American channels who supported the likes of Deontay Wilder, who supported the fighters on the PBC. Now the joke's on you. You know what I mean? Real talk. You check it. The joke's on you because you guys were trying to pander to a certain audience. And you guys are the real coons out there, straight up and down, straight up Uncle Toms. You know what I mean? When you see the title of the video, at the end I say shocker with an exclamation mark. I'm being sarcastic. You think I'm shocked that they're going to turn against him? I knew all along these people who even support Anthony Joshua for the most part, who go fill up Wembley Stadium, they're not even real boxing fans. They're just coming out for a night out to drink alcohol, to sing "Sweet Caroline," and to say they were there for an Anthony and for 90,000 people. You know what I mean? That's just the truth of the matter. You check it. Yeah, they would much rather see now Tyson Fury be the guy with all the straps. And now the race war is going to begin over there because they've already started. They've already denounced Anthony Joshua. There's hashtags. Go on your social media and just type in hashtag boycott Anthony Joshua fights or boycott AJ fights. It's there for you. Play right there. It's clear to see. You know what I mean? All right, where we at in the chat? Mr. Doc says, yeah, it seems to have brought the world together in some ways and divided it further in some ways. Absolutely. Yeah, divided it definitely because that's all for a whole nother video was out what I was about to say. Anyways, Mr. Doc says, I didn't hear AJ say anything that offended me. Sometimes this stuff is just confusing. What rapper says hypocrite Joshua fans? Absolutely. They've been hypocrites since day one and now they're showing their true colors. You know what I mean? Yep. Yeah. Um, Mr. Doc, when you says it didn't offend you, nothing on that should offend anybody, especially after they seen what happened to George Floyd on social media. You know what I'm saying? If that offends them and it makes them want to boycott Anthony Joshua fights, and now they're calling him a racist, you know what I mean? Because he's holding up white people in the United Kingdom. He's not hiring them. You know what I'm saying? He's making them, the white people are being racially profiled by Anthony Joshua. Then so be it. And those are just jokes I'm making. There's no way the man Anthony Joshua is racist. Racism is systematic. You know what I mean? You check it. You can't say somebody's racist when they don't have the power to even oppress the other race. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the power to oppress the white nationalists, the white racists. You know what I mean? Mike 104 says the internet is enabling people to make hella money in new ways. Large and small businesses are shifting towards a subscription business model, and even individuals killing it on the streams. Yeah, man, people get thrown the super chats. That's on the live streams. And some people are mad about that. And guess who be mad about that? And this is word to my mother, word to my daughter. These are the facts. The only channels I've seen out here who have made videos who are pissed about people getting super chats are the channels. They could be black or white. I'm not saying it's just only white people. It's the majority of them are white who upset that the likes of the guys over there on the LDBC or whomever gets super chats because they like Deontay Wilder or Adrian Broner or Floyd Mayweather or Andre Ward or Guillermo Rigondeaux. 10 times out of 10, they're Anthony Joshua fans. And on these channels out here, they support Anthony Joshua. They hate on Deontay Wilder. They hate on the channels that even like Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of people out here who be complaining about people getting super chats. What's the common denominator in that? The channels they hating on getting super chats are black channels. What's the other common denominator? The channels that hate on the black channels getting super chats are usually white channels or black Uncle Tom ass, coon ass, buck dancing, buck walking black channels out here who hate on the channels, the black channels that's getting money. And that's the truth. And those two channels that I mentioned, the white channels and the Uncle Tom ass channels, them type of channels right there, they like Anthony Joshua, they hate Jamel Charlo. They like Lomachenko, they hate Adrian Broner. They like Caleb Smith, and they hate Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is the number one new public enemy. Yeah, because he's a white dude who fights amongst black fighters. That's the number one reason they hate him. It ain't because of whom he fights, because ten times most of them fighters over there in England, they be fighting absolute nobodies. You know what I'm saying? It's not because of whom they hate. It's because Caleb Plant is a white dude associated with fighters who are black fighters, and that's the truth. They so see through, man. I was listening to one live stream which was disgusting to me. They was on Caleb Plant's ass. They was hating on Caleb Plant. They said he ain't doing nothing. Why he don't unify with Benavidez? Oh, they on PBC. They on the same network, Fox. Oh, I can't stand that guy. He's cringy to me. Huh. He got too much soul. Right? But they didn't mention not a goddamn thing about why Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders are not unifying their WBO and WBA super middleweight titles under the same DAZN fucking Sky Sports promotions, the same Eddie Hearn Matchroom Boxing. They never mentioned one bit about them two unifying, but they quick to jump on Caleb Plant's helmet, talking about he ain't unified with Benavidez and it will never happen. These guys are fucking frauds, and they need to get booted out for these YouTube streets because they're not here to talk boxing. They're here to be divisive. You know what I mean? You check it. Um, Mr. Doc says, sounds like people just mad that someone found a hustle and they haven't. And that's the absolute truth, Mr. Doc. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. My thing is, like, if you don't like certain channels, man, just don't listen to them, man, and life will be better for you. What's the point of me listening to these racist ass channels whom I hate because they out here on some racist shit and never give black fighters a fair shake? And if you know anything about B Marsh Boxing Channel, man, I love fighters from all over the globe. That's why boxing is my favorite sport. There's no sport on this planet Earth where a man could come out of the Philippines or South Africa or New Zealand or anywhere and become a fucking house world champion. You know what I'm saying? There's no other sport like that besides boxing. You could be a pipehead, a crackhead, a cokehead. Clean yourself up. Today I want to decide to be a boxer like Antonio Tarver. come out there and knock out Roy Jones. That's what he did. And he was a former pipehead, man. There's no other sport. You think you can be a former pipehead and just walk into the Chicago Bulls or the Washington Wizards or Philadelphia 76ers in October when they having preseason and you think you can just go try out for them? How? How could you even get in the building? They're not going to even let you in. Who are you? You can do that in boxing though. Yeah. You can do that in boxing though. And that's why I love boxing, you know what I mean? So if there are channels out here who are talking stuff that is just their own narrative, I'm not going to listen to them. I'm not even going to make no videos about them because I don't know what they're talking about. It's crazy how people out here, really out here, be talking about channels that they've been hating for years. And till this day, 2020, they still making videos about these channels and mad that they get super chats. Y'all fellas is so weak. Fucking caterpillars, man. Grow yourself a spine. Stop crawling on your belly. And grow yourself a pair too, you know what I mean? Mr. Doc says, LOL, too much soul. How is that a bad thing? The world gets stranger and stranger. Hey, man, I've heard them on these channels, and I will never, ever in my life lie on nobody. I heard what they said. I heard what these channels out here was talking about. You know what I mean? Mike 104 says it's also a control thing. The racists really want control. That's why they didn't have a problem with Joshua before he expresses himself. Absolutely. Yeah. And they say it's a white man who made him rich. He's biting the hand that feed him. It's Eddie Hearn that made him rich. That's what they're saying. And the corporate sponsors that made him rich, which are, according to them, white-owned companies. So he should give back all the money and not take no endorsements from him. That's what they're saying. And he's biting the hand that feeds him. Anyways, Mr. Doc says to Mike 104, yeah, it's common for insecure people to feel a need to try and control other people. There's a lot of people who lack character. Absolutely, man. There's a lot of people who ain't got no spines. Can't stand for something, they'll fall for anything. Mike 104 says more like they jealous because they have a soul. Some people live to make everyone as miserable as they are. Boxing just happens to be their interest. Absolutely, and that's why they watch boxing. It ain't because they love the sport, because they don't even watch old school boxing. They don't watch no old school fights. You know, I've been kind of busy lately. I'd probably say for most of May and June, like I've been a little bit more busier than I was when this quarantine thing hit in March and April. You know what I mean? March and April, all I had on my TV all day, every day was just fights. I was watching a shitload of fights, and not even necessarily fights that I'd never watched before. Yeah, I've watched plenty of fights I didn't watch before, but a lot of them was fights that I've watched a million times. Just watching Meldrick Taylor and Chavez, and just watching like, what the fuck are you doing, Taylor? Box in and out, man. You ain't gotta stand there flat-footed. It's still. I've watched that fight a million times since it happened the night it happened in 1990, and it still to this day puzzles me. That man could have won that fight, and as I watch it, I was mad at Richard Steele, but can't really be mad at Richard Steele. But at the end of the day, it's a catch-22. You could be mad at him. You could not be mad at him. Really and truly, if he let the fight go on, there wouldn't even be a punch thrown. There was 2 seconds left on, but that's for a whole nother video. There was 2 seconds left on the clock. Okay, Meldrick Taylor stands up. The guy's looking in his eyes like he looks pretty fucked up. But all he had to do was Cesar Chavez is in his own neutral corner. Meldrick Taylor's in his own neutral corner. Then when action resumes, by the time they even meet in the middle of the ring, the bell would have rang. Ding, ding, ding. Meldrick Taylor wins the fight. But anyways, I've watched numerous fights, man. I watched Gene Tunney and Jack Dempsey. And these people always talk about, oh, man, Jack Dempsey, man, oh, dude got the long counter, and if he didn't get, no. You can't beat no damn Gene Tunney. That's what it is. Anyways, what rapper says Max Schmeling is the greatest heavyweight of all time? Current Brit boxing media. What the fuck? Mac, what rapid? Whoever says that, man. Oh man, I don't even know what to say, man. I don't know what to say about that. Mr. Doc says Meldrick had too much Philly in him for his own good. Yeah, man, and it cost him. He won every round from round 1 through 10, or round 1 through 9. 10, 11, 12 was Chavez. Anyways, Mr. Doc says still had a reputation for early stoppages like the first Tyson and Roddick. Yeah, he did. And he was public enemy number one when they used to introduce him after that Meldrick Taylor versus Chavez fight. Whenever they introduced him, the crowd would boo him. Seriously. Boo him like shit. Like how they boo Eddie Hearn. Anyways, B March Boxing about to seal the deal on this video. Big ups to everybody in the chat. What rep it, Mr. Doc, Mike 104. Thanks for coming through. I hope everybody got the message of this video. The message of this video is, yes, the racist was only fuck with the man AJ only because he was going against a black man from Alabama from the United States in the name of Deontay Wilder. They feared Deontay Wilder. It's obvious. They fear what they can't contain or control. They feared Floyd Mayweather. They feared Andre Ward. Andre Ward is a God-fearing man, SOG. You should hear the type of vile, visceral, disgusting things they would say about the man. Why did they fear him? He was number one pound for pound. The guy ain't losing. You know what I'm saying? First Kovalev fight, that's on you. It's controversial. It could go either way, whatever. But to this day, his record was undefeated, and there was mad hate towards Andre Ward before the Kovalev fight. We get the drift. Guillermo Rigondeaux, a little 122, 118 pounder with gold teeth. Man don't speak a lick of English. Hated. He was hated. You know what I'm saying? There's channels out here who are still gloating about Guillermo Rigondeaux versus Lomachenko. They still give Lomachenko big props for that particular fight. We know why they hated Guillermo Rigondeaux. We know why they hated Adonis Stevenson. We know why they hated the man Deontay Wilder. You can say what you want about this guy, but they definitely feared the man. You know what I'm saying? So yes, indeed, B Marsh Boxing. I'm about to seal the deal on this video. Where we at on the chat before I leave out? Mr. Doc says, good to hear from you, bro. Thanks a lot, man. As usual, good to hear from you as well, Mr. Doc. And Mr. Doc says, LOL, there was people saying Ward was dirtier than Fritzy Civic. Yeah. Yeah, they tried to make every justification on why they should hate him. They said he's dirty. He throws low blows. He uses headbutts versus Kessler. Whatever. Now they're saying Anthony Joshua said shop with black people. Boycott Anthony Joshua fights. Be Marsh Boxing. I can't make this shit up. I'm out. Peace to everybody. Peace to Mike 104 and the whole chat. I'm gone.